considering game number 2.
Tingnan nga
Game number
natin
3.
kung makikinig nga sila sa'yo, Wolf, as we will be heading on to the drafting phase of our game number 3, first series of the day between Bren Epro onto the blue side and Cignal Ultra Warriors onto the red. So this time, Bren Epro respected the Farsa capabilities then the Cignal Ultra Warriors, and they will be banning out the Farsa. So both of our teams won't be utilizing this. Understandable kasi during the games of their own, ito yung naging MVP din ng game natin basically. So you don't really want to give that to either of our teams. But still, para sa Cignal Ultra Warriors, Brody is out of the board.
We'll see, since we already banned mga crucial heroes like the Farsa, at this time, Bren Epro naman yung first pick, na feel nila na yung traits na ginagawa ng Cignal Ultra Warriors, doon sila nalulugi. So this time, I think that it's much better kung yung triple B na lang iba ng Cignal Ultra Warriors. Kasi pag binigay nila yung Barat sa Bren Epro, wala silang mas magandang makukuha. Like, there's no Farsa, there's no Valier that they can pick up agad. Well, I honestly feel that for Cignal Ultra Warriors, it's much better if they just ban the Barat since third ban nila. Ngayon naman sa Bren Epro, baka Jawhead pa rin yung kanilang iban sa third ban nila.
True. And although the Barats nakita natin kanina was really taken down by Cignal Ultra Warriors during game number 2, you can't really deny yung capabilities ng isang Barats, especially when engaging in team play. Kasi siguro nung game number 2, hindi lang siya nag-pop up kasi siya nga yung usual na nahihiwalay. And I think that is what Bren Epro is thinking right now. Na okay, kahit na hindi siya we weren't able to use this, I think it's better if we don't give it away against Cignal Ultra Warriors right here. So the triple Bs are not gonna be into play. So for the side of Cignal Ultra Warriors, I guess they could ban out either the Khalid or the Jawhead. Kasi if not, I think that could be an opening for Bren Epro.
You're right. Khalid, Jawhead, and Selena, yan yung mga heroes din na pwedeng i-consider Cignal Ultra Warriors na iban. Yeah, I think I'm leaning more towards a Jawhead for Cignal Ultra Warriors. Kasi pag na-pick yung Khalid for Bren Epro, they still have Valier and Slash or Selena to pick. So, instead, they banned Selena. So, bibigyan nila yung Khalid and Jawhead. We'll see what Bren Epro will prioritize.
Okay, this is very interesting kasi the Selena, sure, it had some limelights on their own. But look at this, Jong was actually open for grabs as well. So I think nakita naman natin during game number 2, the one that was lacklusting for them is yung the mobility in terms of responding sa mga ganks, and of course the backsides or the backlines as well. So I think Jong is a good answer for this for the side of Bren Epro. But then again, gaya nga nasabi mo, both the Jawhead and the Khalid is going to be open hovering ng Cignal Ultra Warriors. Let's see if they will be locking this in. But you know what? I think it is going to be good for Cignal Ultra Warriors to lock this in. So, at least may fortification na sila ng sidelines dito pag ginamit nila yung Khalid.
Do we like this set of picks for Cignal Ultra Warriors? Hindi ba siya masyadong greedy? That's the question that we have to answer. If they do get it, sobrang power picks, but if they get them together, I think mare-reveal na yung lineup. Kasi the thing with Khalid and Jawhead, they're good picks but they're so countered by the Valier. Sinabi nga natin kanina sa draft na kung Bren Epro ang kumuha ng either Khalid or Jawhead, pwede lang mag-Valier yung Cignal Ultra Warriors. That's why I felt na mas okay yata kung Jawhead plus Valier na lang ang kinuha ng Cignal Ultra Warriors instead of the Khalid and Jawhead.
Yes, at least also as well, kung Jawhead or Valier man ang pinili ng Cignal Ultra Warriors, it could deny as well the Yuzhong kasi pwede niya i-shove whenever the team fights may begin. So, this is pretty interesting for Cignal Ultra Warriors to actually get the Jawhead and the Khalid together. Kasi, I think magkakaroon din sila ng talk dito when they will try for some engagements then. And in terms of the sidelines, I think si Khalid will be staying there. Kasi I feel ko magiging sidelines talaga tong si Khalid eh. So, I think he has to stay in his turf from a certain amount of time to actually gain his resources first. So, for the side naman ng Bren Epro dito, no, finally locking in that land slot. And for Cignal Warriors, ang sagot nila dito is something that wasn't really broken nung game nila dito when they used the Ling. So, they will be having that as their third pick.
I want to say para sa side ng Cignal Warriors, they went in for this Ling agad. This is what they did in the previous game na parang naglabas agad sila ng isang funnel, which kind of makes it so na yung Bren Epro ay mapapaisip talaga ng dalawang isip talaga. Like, is this just the Ling? Parang yun lang ba yung core na kukunin ng Cignal Warriors or bigla ba sila kukuha ng 1-1? I think that still is doable. Esmeralda ban for Cignal Warriors. I think that Bren Epro should consider banning now yung 1-1. Instead, ayun, sakto. Dinan nga nila.
Oh, nakinig nga sila sa iyo, Wolf here. Kasi it's also a good answer din eh. I mean, it's already established na kapag binan nga naman yung Esmeralda dito, I think this is more of respect din ng Cignal Warriors against Bren Epro. Kasi nakita natin kung gano'n naging online yung 1-1 from game number 2, and Bren Epro doesn't really want that anymore. Especially, they were not able to stop the 1-1 nung nagiging invulnerable siya. So, that is a good call coming in from them. But take note as well that there are heroes that are up for grabs para sa side ng Cignal Warriors. Let's see kung sino yung magiging final ban nila ngayon.
Ay, yung ban thumbs now. Kung hindi mo siya pipiliin, sunset the Uranus. It's gonna be the ban for Cignal Warriors. Lunox.
Oy. Interesting. Kasi yun nga naman ang kailangan din ng Cignal Warriors dito. Okay, sure, Link could be one of the core damagers for Cignal Warriors. But you have to take note, si Cignal Warriors ang gumamit ng dual core doon during game number 2. So, it's likely talaga na they will be picking another mage support, I think, or at least a bursty hero para sa composition nila.
I'm looking at Kadita. I'm looking at heroes like Kadita, Kagura para sa Cignal Warriors that they can pick up right now. Tapos i-last pick na lang nila yung kanilang side lanes. Then again, it's very tempting to take the thumbs now para sa Cignal Warrior, yung Tamus. Instead, Luyi. So yun nga, your IMBADEEJAY hero.
Luoyi, so they can go for potential surprise attacks right here using this mage. And this is interesting. I'm liking that mage. Pero look at the final picks from Bren Epro. They are hovering up the Baksha and the X-Borg as well. So if they are going to lock this in terms of survivability in a team fight, mas tanky or mas crunchy ang Bren Epro dito. Kasi considering that Baksha is very, very tanky at he can really withstand at least 2 members na nag-inflict ng damage sa kanya. Especially kapag nakuha na niya yung essential items niya. And the same thing with the X-Borg. You have to take note din na makunat din si X-Borg, but at the same time, he inflicts a lot of damage din, especially when utilizing his last insanity well.
Yeah. I think that for Bren Epro, yung decision nila sa last 2 picks is let's get a hero na hindi kayang patayin ng Ling agad. So parang tatlo agad yung problema ng Bren Epro. I mean, obviously kaya patayin ng Ling yan eventually, pero when it comes to the immediate burst, hindi sila ganong kadali mapatumba. Cignal Warriors, mukhang ganito yung kanilang tema ngayon. Let's go for squishy heroes and gamitin natin yung double side lane na yung Khalid enjoyed instead na yung isa ay magiging tank. Parehas na lang natin gamitin side lane. Tapos ang kanilang support duo is the position 4 or the support na Luyi. Tapos iko-combo with Natalia na parang yung weird yung sana maintindihan nyo guys ito sasabihin ko, pero weird yung sasabihin ko, tank na galawan ng Natalia. Pero hindi necessarily na magiging tank eh. Pero
the Cignal Warriors is that the composition of Bren Epro here is basically crunchy. So, ang worry ko dito kung si Natalia hindi makapag-pop off when the mid game comes, ano yung magiging damage niya dito. But you know what? We will be starting off with our final game right here, as this tournament is again under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. This is the deciding match for the side of Cignal Ultra Warriors and Bren Epro.
You can see naman ba side ng Cignal Ultra Warriors, mga ganun nga yung tama nga ating ulit sa Natalia, gonna be picked up as a tank, pero naka-high-end drive pa rin yan. Yung is in trouble because of this, yun na nga yung talo. Oh, first blood goes in favor. Warriors. Yun yung strength talaga of Seiya ng isang position 5 or ng tank na Natalia. Kasi mapapansin mo mamaya, kung pagtapos na siyang manggulo sa may mid lane or dun sa funnel ng kalaban, ang susunod niya gagawin is magbibigay siya ng pressure sa may side lanes.
Which is what a fundamental thing to do pag meron ka nga namang Natalia sa composition mo. And yeah, I think for the side of Cignal Ultra Warriors, they can work this out if nag-pop up nga yung Natalia dito. And it's good. It's a good call na he was able to take down the few as early as possible. Pero yung I think they will be going for a trade right here. But no, Luoyi will be taking down one actually, few off the board. KARLTZY low break of health. JANUS on the terrains will be taking the last slot down. And EJ here, mako-corner na tatlong members, and that's going to be a double kill for JANUS. So this is good economy now for Cignal Ultra Warriors.
Wonderful start from Cignal Ultra Warriors. Napakagandang open-ended dragon. Nakita natin Cignal Ultra Warriors, biglang naging ang flavor na kanilang drafting is hindi sila ma-predict na kalaban.
Yes.
And that's a wonderful, nice, wonderful last pick na Natalia na pwedeng makatalo nga ngayon sa Bren Epro. I wanna say na kapag nag-late game na ay mahihirapan sila sa Warriors, but they keep on doing this. Pag-kill lang sila na kill, kaya nila tapusin itong laban ito ng mabilis.
FLAPTZY right here facing off with 3 members of Cignal Ultra Warriors will be knocked out by the Jawhead, and of course the Ling is gonna go for that finish. So that is already 3 kills with no deaths for the Ling. So this is good economy from him all throughout. And gaya nga ng nasabi mo, this is really a good start for Cignal Ultra Warriors. At kapag pinagpatuloy na nila ito until mid-game, it's going to take some time for Bren Epro to have their compositions in a crunchy position. Or in a crunchy... kumbaga mararamdaman mo lang yung pagiging makunat nila in the later phases pa. So this is good kasi if Cignal Ultra Warriors is going to have this early game aggression, but look at this though, RHEA is gonna go in with that COCO here, but Xborg is going to use his flames in trying to shove it away, but the Khalid is also there to actually go and to finish him off, and EJ is going to roll here for a consolation.
And mas maganda pa yung nakuha talaga ng Cignal Ultra Warriors. That's what is the strength of Natalia is. Nakita mo naman na nag-recall na nga si COCO pero napigilan pa under the turret. It's gonna be important for Cignal Ultra Warriors to keep this tempo up. Napakalaki na kanilang lamang ngayon. Pero hindi sila pwedeng madapa. If they stop their pressure, makapag-farm si Lancelot, then it's gonna be easy for Bren Epro to turn this one around.
And again, look at this. KARLTZY is going to be swooped by a Luoyi, but enough to actually disengage and go on to safe haven. But again, take note, uses his ult there onto RHEA and will be using his skills to go into that turret. Pero RHEA is just too powerful at this point. But Valir will be having a prize of his own, actually taking down RHEA into that fight. And si EJ dito tries to poke it away, but Cignal Ultra Warriors know how to prioritize yung objectives nila dito.
FLAPTZY is gonna be moving onto the top lane. Nice figure out from there. Pero habang nangyayari yun, JANUS already able to take the turtle for himself. Ang ganda ng ginawa ni Der doon. He waited for the right moment to pop the ultimate. Oh, this is great.
Wait.
Oh, this.
Hindi umabot si FLAPTZY sa pagkanyang recall here, and Temple Space for JANUS is going to be used to deplete his health. Not really hesitating to go in, and RHEA will be having that assassination kill, and he is not going to stun him out, but Lancelot is going to pin RHEA down. And look at this, the trades coming in from Cignal Ultra Warriors, depleting Lancelot's health by a half, and that's not all here. And look at this, EJ will try to at least secure IMBADEEJAY up to this point. But JANUS again, dahil nga he was already establishing a certain level of threat, will be depleting KARLTZY's health. And Jawhead, look at this, power dive with no hesitations, and it's just going to wipe out 3 members of Bren Epro on the top side.
Oh my god, Cignal Ultra Warriors at a different level at this point. Ang ganda ng pagkapit. IMBADEEJAY, siya yung hinabon at Hindi pa rin siya namatay in the end. Now, RHEA's vision onto FLAPTZY allows JANUS to go and dive. And surely makuha ng kill dun sa Yuzong. 13 kills in 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Cignal Ultra Warriors on a roll.
This is actually looking good for Cignal Ultra Warriors kasi this is also a possibility for Bren Epro to actually not have that comeback potential. Kasi kung papansinin mo, with all the economy that Cignal Ultra Warriors has, they really need to put in some effort if they want to even out the odds para sa Bren Epro. But I don't want to discredit them just yet. I think it's just a matter of them avoiding themselves to be picked off one by one. Kasi yun yung nakita natin trend ngayon eh. Again, so this is what happens. Goes for Luoyi, Lanzot will be having the kill. But there is going to eject EJ, will be going into that tower, and this is not yet all that displays against KARLTZY right here, just utilizing that space, was able to dash away to safety, and the Valier is going to have that shutdown kill. But you know what, Joel? It's going to prioritize the tower first para meron sila map control, and Atala is really gonna finish that Valier off the board.
Phil with a wonderful usage of the Valier para makakaroon ng punish. TSUJIN also maximizing his strength against this export. Gonna be able to run away as well. Oh, sliver of health. HP is there. COCO with the flicker. And anti-flicker mula kay TSUJIN. Everybody just outplaying each other. But this is a big win para sa Bren Epro. Taking down JANUS finally. And if they do secure this turtle, it's great. Pero si RHEA!
Okay, so the turtle is going to be secured by KARLTZY right here. RHEA is going to prioritize KARLTZY, but with the help of COCO, will be showing her off. But the flicker gagamitin kay Luoyi. And again, tries to save himself with that skill, but Luoyi's just too far from that point. So si Ling dito will be taking another one. Valier is going to have that trade. And this is going to force Valier now to go back. And plus tower onto the bottom side for the side of Cignal Ultra Warriors. We are now seeing the momentum is really being dictated by Cignal Ultra Warriors.
Wonderful play coming out from Cignal Ultra Warriors. Binigay nila ang turtle dun sa Bren Epro, but at the same time they were able to punish with better kills. I would say napakaganda ng diversion play coming out from this Luoyi. Nandun sa may bottom, tapos nakakuha pa siyang double kill. Yes, he died, but he went in to get double kill, tapos nakakuha pa
siya ng third. It was worth it. And speaking of worth it, that is the time that plays right here. Enough to show away KARLTZY para di siya makapag-engage yan. Fight COCO will be trying to defeat TSUJIN's health, but EJ is also there into the vicinity, but this is already a 3 versus 2 fight. Natalia abusing that low health of an EJ, takes him down. Si Yuzong here tries to take control of the Luoyi, but was able to teleport to safety. At hindi pa sila tapos dito. They're right here, will be disengaging here. And this is, I think for Bren, has to really back away at this point. Kasi nakita mo naman yung damage na binigay ni Luoyi against KARLTZY. It really hurts. Diba? It really hurts. So you don't want to really force the issue and just back away.
Cignal Ultra Warriors, kanilang pwedeng gawin ngayon is pressure lang ng pressure. The third turtle is very important because they don't want to give it to the Lancelot. Looking at the late game matchups, siguro problema ng Warriors dito is yung kanilang side lanes na weaker when it comes to scaling. Like Yuzong and Xborg will trump the Johed and Khalid kung damage output lang usapan. Pero yung mid lane matchup naman, like Ling versus Lancelot, always will favor Ling in the late game.
But speaking of this, Last and Santi gagamitin dito in that tight space onto the jungle side, and Valier is going to take down the Khalid. And this is a good opportunity for Bren to go inside, as Yuzong will be taking down Luoyi, yung isa sa mga masakit para sa side of Cignal Ultra Warriors. But let's see if there is going to be a comeback potential, as RHEA will be going in, taking down the Yuzong for that trade. COCO here is just going to at least poke RHEA out and to disengage that team fight. But you know what, I think they are not giving up just yet, but the control into this mid, into taking down that tower is in the hands of Bren Epro now. So again, we are starting to see a bit of a shift in terms of momentum kasi unti-unti na nilang na-identify yung paraan kung paano i-eradicate or i-take down itong Luoyi na nakikita natin naging masakit against Bren Epro.
Cignal Ultra Warriors fought in a fight na lugi talaga sila. Once around the buff, and you will understand kung ba't nila kinokontest yung part na yun. Siyempre, anti-Lancelot. Janus gonna be trying to push top lane.
Okay. The turret, is it going to take him down? But what? That
lifesteal.
lifesteal is enough to save him. That is basically his saving grace. Pero that was a bit of a question in play going into a tower dive back there. But at least he was able to save himself with that casualty. And you know what? As you mentioned, Cignal Ultra Warriors, pumasok sila in a sa luging paraan. But you know what? RHEA is going to take that back by taking down KARLTZY. So this is a bit difficult for Bren Epro kasi wala silang form of entry. And right now, it's nice that they called to disengage into that fight and at least just protect the remaining towers that they have kasi they don't really want to give as much control, lalo na kung nakita natin that Cignal Ultra has the upper hand so far in terms of kills and economy.
Para sa Cignal Ultra Warriors, if they keep on trying to kill KARLTZY, 2, 5, and 3 pala kay KARLTZY, one of the times na natin makikita na just because of the composition of Cignal Ultra Warriors, if they do keep their pressure, take the Lord, they can end this game. Ang kailangan lang din gawin is mag-ingat, huwag silang magkumpol-kumpol para naman hindi ma-take advantage yung AOE potential ng Bren Epro through the X-Borg as well as the Thorndrosa. And syempre yung back siya, kailangan hindi mabait ang Cignal Ultra Warriors sa mga ganong klaseng engagement ng Warriors from the Bren Epro side.
This is where the play of Cignal Ultra Warriors in terms of unpredictability is gonna happen. Look at that. JANUS not hesitating to enter into EJ kasi alam nila na yung majority of the people of Bren Epro is into the middle side. So pwede silang maka-engage ng at least isang pick-off dito to deny any more advantages for the side of Bren Epro. So FLAPTZY will try to poke RHEA here, but RHEA is just basically going to hide onto the brushes and have a take two of things. And especially with Yuzong and X-Board with half health, you have to take on din yung Luoyu to really stand them on guard and shoving them away while JANUS and Jawhead takes this Lord. So this may be their first Lord na uncontested kasi yun nga, na-shove nga sila away. So, and KARLTZY a bit struggling right here into getting the buffs essentially intended for him. Kasi nga na dun si RHEA and the unpredictability of this Natalia is making Bren Epro fall back.
You don't know where he is coming from and really don't have any contention for that. Kita mo naman si Dare just using the ejector. KARLTZY even missing that retribution play. Buti na lang walang nakaw coming out from the Warriors. If they didn't have the blue buff or the purple buff, sobrang hirap na yan. You have to take note, it's already hard for Cignal Ultra Warriors at this point dahil may Lord, for Bren Epro, dahil may Lord ang Cignal Ultra Warriors. Kaya kailangan din kasi ng wave clear. Pati natin kung paano na-defense sa bottom. Kung hindi mangyari, ang bilis masyado.
Okay, so EJ here was able to place himself but was ejected by there to deny that initiation, and FLAPTZY is going to force himself to back away because you don't want to get as much casualty kasi alam din naman niya na that Baksha is going to survive that fight. Deathless Blaze, however, onto the top side is going to deplete the health of KARLTZY, pero luckily for COCO was able to shove him away. Hindi nila napatay si Lancelot doon, and Yuzong will be taking a kill for himself, taking down JANUS. So merong opening ngayon ang Bren Epro to actually go for some fights right here, at nakita nila may struggle dito si FLAPTZY, but FLAPTZY is going to turn the things around as they will be taking down Luoyu. Not yet over here as Lancelot is going to try and actually defeat TSUJIN right here. But look at this lifesteal coming in from the Khalid right now. It's going to take them some time before they actually take down TSUJIN, and he actually survives. So magiging adjustment dito ng Bren Epro is to transition to RHEA, but RHEA luckily was invisible at hindi siya nakita ng Lancelot.
Man, so close. So many outplays coming from Cignal Ultra Warriors, pero much better yung outplays naman nagawa ng Bren Epro, baiting JANUS in. That was a costly mistake sana para sa Cignal Ultra Warriors. Buti na na-take nila yung sarili nila doon. They did take the turret into the bottom lane, but in expense, mukhang nakakabawi ng momentum ng Bren Epro. You don't want to give that to them, honestly. Cignal Ultra Warriors, baka huling best na nila pwedeng magkamali yung time na yun.
Oh, kasi if they were to create a mistake, we don't want to discredit din kasi yung comeback potentials ng Bren Epro dito.
Right.
But you know what? For Cignal Ultra Warriors, they are doing pretty well in terms of their economy at kung papaano nga ba nila kung sino nga ba rather ang uunahin nila in terms of target. So EJ once again rolls in right here to IMBADEEJAY and TSUJIN, and And you know what? This is a teleport for Luo Yi to back away right now, and this is going to be abused by the Yuzhong taking that kill. So, wala na si Natalia off the board. So, again, another opening for Bren Epro to take this comeback. Life steal potential sa TSUJIN just to real. But look at this link from the backside. Will be taking down KARLTZY dun sa likod. And EJ with the low health tries to run away from the Khalid. Pero it's going to be messy as Jawhead will be taking down the Valir, one of the core damagers of Bren Epro. So, si FLAPTZY here really struggling to survive as Ling will be taking his life away. Ejected doon sa tatlo ng Cignal Ultra Warriors here. The immortality is going to pop off, but it's not going to be enough to save the life of COCO.
Oh man, the graver mistake from Bren Epro, pero nice outplay coming out from JANUS, and may diversion play na naman dito sa may baba. Pupush nila. They want to end this. Oh my
This is
God.
going to end pretty well.
They're doing it.
This is a beautiful teleport coming in from Luo Yi, and with that diversion play, Cignal Ultra Warriors is taking game number 3 with a 2-1 score.
Oh my God.